What's that?
Oh, commercial.
Okay. Let me know when the sound starts.
I believe. Oh yeah.
You heard me?
I heard you.
You heard me. Okay. I don't know if anybody's on yet. Is anybody on yet? Do we have a pulse out there? Okay. Because we're back with another live stream. I had just spent the morning. Oh, first of all, Karen, say hi.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, so.
Oh, well, you did say. Okay.
Did say what?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So, I spent the morning teaching my gouache class at Penn Studio Art School. It was a lot of fun, and it was also a little bit of an experience. First time I taught a class online like that. So there was little technical glitches and stuff like that to begin with. So because I had that type of a morning, let me see, there's something I want to correct in this already. I figured let me have a fun and relaxed time right now. So I'm going to do, I found this nice bit of reference online of this old cowboy, and I figured let me do this. Let me have fun with this, and I'm thinking that for those of you who use this live stream paint and draw along to do exactly that, to draw along, I think that this is a kind of fun reference to use to start off with. Yeah. So draw along with me, have fun, try and relax, and make a nice painting. All right. So again, I don't know who's out there until you guys speak up. So if you are out there, introduce yourselves, and
Yeah, let's chat.
yeah, and let's chat. Let's chat. This morning was very, it was fun, but it was a little stressful because, like I said, it was a new experience for me. But I got through it, and so far as I know, people seem to have enjoyed the class. And there will be more the following week.
Okay, comics and stuff is here.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
You didn't have enough, huh?
He said, hello, Gil and Karen. Loved the gouache class this morning.
Great. Thank you. I was glad having you there.
Okay, he said, you did great, sir.
Okay, thank you. So,
Yeah.
so I'm trying to relax. I'm not trying to do too much because of the class this morning, and I'm following up with this painting, this sketch of a very nice image I found online.
I forgot the name of the actor. It looks like an actor that played in Wyatt Earp, the movie Wyatt Earp.
No, that.
Oh, okay, doesn't look like him.
Well, the mustache.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, comic and stuff. Oh, this is nice. He says one can never have enough of Gil's talent.
Oh, well, wow, thank you.
Yeah. Gregors is with us. He said,
cool.
hello.
Hey, Gregors.
Yeah. So, I don't know if it's Sam Elliott.
I think that's the name.
You think that's the name?
I think that's the name of the person you're thinking of.
Yeah. And, not quite him, but I think you're right. The mustache just reminded me about the movie. I don't know if the movie was Wyatt Earp or Tombstone.
Tombstone.
Tombstone, okay.
Tombstone. The movie was all about the mustache. Everybody had one in that movie. You know, that was the fashion back then. It kind of
mustache, just have a full mustache.
yeah, it kind of looked comical in the movie because nobody really has not. You don't see that very often. Somebody with a mustache like that, but that was the thing back then. That was popular.
Mm-hmm.
Men with the mustache.
Okay.
With the and especially those big bushy mustaches that you know.
Uh-huh.
Reminds you of a Norman Rockwell painting.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
Oops. I painted over something I should have put in a lighter color, but I can go back and paint over that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I thought this character would be a lot of fun to do.
Okay. What was it? Was it the hat, the mustache? Or?
Everything.
Okay.
Everything about him looked fun. He looked like he walked off a movie set.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We got a CD sketch.
Okay.
Yeah, he says, "Hello, guys.
Hello.
How you doing? How you doing?" And yeah.
Okay. Listen, this is a great piece of reference that I found. So if you guys want to paint along to this, it's just kind of nice. You know, it's like I was saying before, a long day for me today, and I wanted to do something that would be fun to do. You know, something that I would find fun and that I can relax to.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you know what? You have quite a task to figure out because I could see, you know, there's shade, the light reflecting, you know, yeah, the bigness of the hat, the mustache, you know. I'm going to enjoy to see how you put it all together.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna have fun. Just gonna have fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, CD Sketch want to know, did you take this reference yourself?
No, I didn't. I scoured the internet one day looking for interesting photographs, and I found this. I come across sites which offer like royalty-free photos, just in case I find something interesting. So, and I usually don't, to be honest with you. If I find something interesting, it's usually something that I would have to pay for. But that's not the case with this one. I can't even remember where I found it at, but it when I saw it, I said it's a neat photo, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so as long as it's royalty free, I mean, I don't mind paying for a decent photo when I come across it. I've done that, but there are several places that you can go to look for reference that you don't have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and when you can, it's like usually they have the name of the photographer or something, and when you can, I don't recall the name of this photographer, if or if they had left it on the site. But when you can, it's good to mention, I got the reference from so and so forth, just to give the person credit for it. So you were watching something there, and I was wondering what you were watching. The actress in the film, you was watching something with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh yeah.
The actress who played the young teenage girl, was she the same one that was on George Lopez show?
No, I know who you're talking about. I don't think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
she looked like her.
Okay. Yeah. And I just that fast I forgot the name of the movie. It's a movie about this couple uh wanting to have children and they weren't able to, so they thought about having foster kids. And they were told that usually, they come with other, brothers and sisters, siblings. So they were saying don't just try to have one child there, but have their siblings there too. So it's 3 kids. So they went from 0 kids to 3. And it's a comedy, so it's just funny what they go through. Okay. CD Sketch says, I think once you said you bought photos from a website, Postbase.
Postbase, yes, that's one source.
Mm.
And it's a very good source for reference photos, especially for drawing the nude model. Most of their shots are of nudes, artist nudes, so it's not anything else.
Mm.
But but they do a good job of that. So and a lot of times I would use, headshots for things here on the live stream.
Mm. Oh, you talk about the nudes and you just use the headshots.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you can't use that
Oh,
on Facebook.
Oh.
Not Facebook. I'm sorry.
you mean YouTube?
YouTube. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. I guess they wouldn't be able to distinguish, the difference between something that's art and pornography.
Well, a lot of people can't. It's it's an old uphill fight with that in regards to that. They used to in the United States, like I know they did in Pennsylvania, they used to raid art classes because of the nude models. The Vice Squad would come in there and clean the place up. You know, and so what happens is that there was such a stigma with it here in the States that the model would sometimes pose with blindfolds on. And sometimes you would see drawings, academic drawings by an artist like Thomas Eakins. Thomas Eakins was a very, very famous American artist from that time. And so we're talking about around the Civil War era. You know, he was a very famous artist from around that time. And you would see some of his drawings, and they would be of a model with a mask over her face, so she wouldn't be recognized.
Okay.
Oops.
Okay.
What's that?
No, I was looking at why you were using that color, but then I see in the reference that's the shirt. I was thinking you were doing the jacket, but you were doing the shirt.
Yeah, I'm actually in the beginning just throwing down color just to throw down color.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to be as accurate as possible,
Right.
but you know, I'm not as accurate as possible. Let me take that back. I'm just not too concerned with the color right now. That most of that comes later.
No, I just like the way you do your shades, you know.
Yeah.
So, follow that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now, what I'm concerned with is just getting the color down so I can build up on it later. So let me.
Okay. Well, Comic and Stuff says the new brush is quite versatile. Y'all must have had a conversation about a brush, a new brush.
Are you talking about the brush I'm using?
No. Let me read this first, and then you can say. It says the new brush is quite versatile. Edge gets in there for details besides the flat side functionality. Digging it.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's talking about the brush that I'm using.
Oh, that you're using.
Right.
Oh, okay. I thought he was commenting on the brush he bought.
Oh, okay. No.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm started using flats, a lot of these flat brushes lately. I figured it would be faster and more effective at getting the color down. You know, and especially when it comes to like the background like this. Like I won't fuss with a little brush when you know I can use a big brush and knock it out.
Okay.
can always go back into some of this stuff that I don't have to worry about losing it.
Oh, okay.
It's always fun to do, and then I can go back with some white, some thicker white paint here to bring out the silhouette of the hat.
Okay. Well, we have Samara, Magor, Samara.
Okay.
And yeah. So Samara, I see that you have a question mark. Did you want to chat? Did you want to say something?
Okay. So.
Oh no. Okay, well, Samara. I was waiting for Samara to chime in some more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And okay. Yeah. It could be that she's drawing along with you.
Would be
Yeah.
nice.
So it is. I'm assuming it's challenging to draw and chat at the same time.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is.
Okay. Well, Gregor is with us. He says the colors seem so vivid and light. Is it a natural Brussels brush or an artificial one?
Oh, these are synthetic brushes, and I wouldn't use bristle brushes for gouache because they would be too stiff. You know, it would. I guess that would just depend on the paper I'm using. But ordinarily, bristles are great for oils and acrylics, but they're a little too stiff for my taste for gouache paint. You want something a little bit more flexible than that. You know, the ideal brushes for gouache are really the same brushes that you would use for watercolor.
So, when I look at your brushes, you just have an enormous you have a collection of brushes. I guess you know what? You know from your experience using a brush and, what is proper for what. You know, whether it's watercolor or oils.
Well, I know what is proper for me to use because a lot of it has to be with the individual too. It's like what you're comfortable with using, you
Oh,
know.
okay.
So for me, I find these brushes to be ideal, and they work for me. If if somebody uses bristle brushes and they think that hey, these are great, I can't argue with that because that's that person's experience.
Okay.
I can just say what works for me, and based on that experience, I'd say I'd advise people, hey, you should try this because this works really well with gouache. You know,
Okay. Well, we have Mr. Vic with us.
Mr. Vic.
Yeah, he said hello, everyone.
Hey, Mr. Vic.
Yeah. How are you doing, Mr. Vic? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I see that mustache there. Yeah. Okay, well, Mr. Vic says, doing good, thanks. How is everyone in your area?
Oh, we're good.
Well, Mr. Vic, as you know, this is the 20th anniversary. You should know, because I believe you were in Connecticut. I think that's what you shared, that you were in Connecticut at some point. Well, anyway, this is the 20th anniversary of 9/11, and so I'm sure everyone knows that was the day that the Twin Towers got attacked, along with the Pentagon and open field in Pennsylvania. So, it holds significance in the United States. That terrorist attack, and I was glued to the TV actually as they did a service for those that had died, that not just that day but also as a result of the first responders responding in that area and taking the air in that area during that attack, and had since passed away, as a result. And yeah, so I think it affects people, especially in the New York area. Yeah, people that were here at the time, like my mom. She's now in another state, but when it happened in 2001, she was living here in New York. So yeah, and so what they would do in the ceremony is they would read off the names of those that had passed away due to the terrorist attack, and yeah, and they also have bells to the side, so they know. What they do is they ring these bells at particular times. So, for example, at 8:43, I believe it was 8:43. The first plane slam into one of the towers, and then at 9:03 was the second plane. So what they would do is, when that time has come, then they stop reading the name and they ring the bell, to signify when the planes went into the towers, when the plane in the that hit the Pentagon, what time it hit the Pentagon, the plane in the field in Pennsylvania when that went down, and then when the towers collapsed as well. You know, I think there's 6 times they ring the bell.
I don't know.
4, yeah, 5, 6, yeah. Yeah. And, yeah. So I try to look at the programs, you know, when the anniversary comes up, on just remembering what happened that day. You know, my memory, to be honest, Gil and I was at another location in the Bronx, and we had our 2-month-old. Our youngest son was 2 months old at the time, and I remember I was in the living room and I had him in my arms, and I was looking at TV, and the news flashed, and they were talking about this plane going into the building. And at the time, people thought, oh, you know, it must have been a small craft that just hit the building. And then they realized, no, it was a jetliner, you know, that was that hit the building. Well, you know, everybody thought, okay, what happened? We don't know. By the time the second plane hit the other tower, then that's when the government had said, you know, that we're being attacked. The United States is being attacked. And you know what? I remember not only that day, but the days to follow, they wouldn't allow any planes to land in the United States. All the planes had to divert to other places. They wouldn't let the planes land. And, you know, they were saying over the news too that if any pilot make an attempt to land, that they were going to be forced to down the plane. Military jets were taking over the skies. I never experienced anything like that in my life. You know, it was a quiet. You know, I remember 20 years ago, there was a quiet in the skies, because, you know, when you go out and you do your errands and go shopping, you see the planes overhead, and you can hear them too. You know, you can hear them. And but I remember that it was quiet. It was just quiet. Yeah. So, okay, well, I talked so long, Mr. Vic. Let me see what you said. You said, I was living in Florida at the time, but I do remember my disbelief about what I was hearing until I got home at 12:30 p.m. and saw it on the news. Before and after in everyone's life. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. So yeah. I see that, you know, the families, the victims' families, you know, and that's who I believe they get to read the names off.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Just the family members of the victims that passed away. And you know, they're still pained by it. You know, some of them.
It's hard losing a father, a brother, sister. You know, that don't leave you.
Yeah, But you know what's so sad is that you lost them. But you know, we go through the process of burying our dead, and you know, they, you know, for many of them, you know, there wasn't any body part to bury. Some got identified, some did, but it's not like they had a whole body, you know, and you know that's kind of sad. So Mr. Vick, you asked, did the hurricane affect your area? Yes, it did.
Well, yes and no.
Okay. Yes and no, you want to say?
Well, yeah, because it did affect our area. There were for New York, they had to shut down the subway system.
I mean, that affects us.
Yeah, that affects us, but it didn't affect us directly in terms of it wasn't in our neighborhood. There were neighborhoods around us that were more hit. They were hit harder by the hurricane than ours. You know, because we can go outside, go to the store, not during the hurricane, but you know, just afterwards. But there were places where the cars were flooded. I mean, there was horrific. There was a person who drowned. There actually was a police officer who drowned in his squad car. You know.
Yeah.
You know, so there was a, and that wasn't too far from us that happened. You know.
Well, yeah. So, but there was, you know, we have a parkway that's close to us, and that area right there was affected. You know, that is our area. It was affected.
It is our area, but it's not like it's right across the street from us. You know.
Okay.
You know, but it is our area. You know, we live along the parkway. It was just further up or down on the parkway that was flooded. Yeah. And cars were flooded and some cars were floating. And this is very unusual for New York City.
Yes, it is.
You know, we don't usually get that severe weather, you know. That would be a rare occurrence, if at all.
Yeah. But the other boroughs, Queens was affected.
Yes.
Big time. You know, their houses were flooded. Yeah. Especially in Queens. The subway system, there was limited service because the water's just flooded.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, what else? Metro North. If you're familiar, Mr. Vick, with Metro North, that too was affected.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
that actually, a lot of the tracks for Metro North was buried under
mud. Right?
Mud, yeah. So that was actually shut down for longer than the subway system.
Right.
Yeah. So it was quite an adventure. Mm-hmm. It was I wouldn't call it that, but it was definitely something different than what New Yorkers here are used to. You know, it's a different kind of weather. So let me mess around with his mustache.
Okay. Well, Mr. Vick says, I think the last hurricane that I remember in Connecticut was in the 1980s. Oh, okay. I'm trying to think. In the 1980s. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure. I remembered there was a bad one when I was a kid. And that was more in the 70s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remembered it because my father had to come and pick us up from school and drive us home. ahead of the hurricane. School ended early,
Oh, okay.
and the hurricane was on its way. And I remembered also because my sister, who had her own children at the time, they had come over to stay with us, um, that day, and so I was playing with my. I mean, we were kids. We didn't know how serious this was, and we would say we instead of calling it the tornado, there was a tornado that was also part of this. Me and my nephew, who was like I said, a year younger than me at the time, we called it the tomato. The tomato was coming, and so we were acting silly. We didn't know or recognize the severity of everything, you know.
Okay. Wow. The picture's really gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Well,
Uh-huh.
are you putting a touch of yellow in the beard or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I mean, not beard, mustache.
It's mustachio.
Mr. Vic says, that is a mustache.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I like this photo. It's a cool mustache.
Okay. Well, CD Sketch asks, are you picky about the paper you use?
Yeah, I'm very picky about paper. Um, Paper, bad paper will hurt you. Good paper will help you. It won't paint your picture for you, but it's definitely a plus. But I've, you know, I painted on terrible paper and regretted it. So I know the difference. This paper that I'm painting on right now is actually a printmaking paper. It's made by Utrecht, and it's the Utrecht American Masters printmaking paper. Now, Utrecht, it was an art supply store that was later bought out by Dick Blick. I don't know if they still, because Dick Blick was, they were still selling Utrecht products. So I don't know if they discontinued this paper or what. But that is, it's something that I've had for years. And it's a really nice paper to work with. It's not thick paper. I usually like really thick paper, but the thing about it is that it takes the paint well. It works well for gouache. But I mean, it's not the only thing I use. There are other papers that I use. I just this is one of those situations where I rummaging through my supplies. I found a stack of these, and I decided to use it. And now I'm wondering why I never used it before.
Okay. Well, Mr. Vick was responding to the earlier comment. He says that's your reference. He has more hair on his face than my whole body. Well, you know what? So Mr. Vick, let me ask you. Then you're bald? That. You know what? Some men, they wear it well. I don't know. What can I say? They look distinguished. That's the word I'm looking for. They look very distinguished. Yeah. So. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mr. Vick, he's so funny. I wear my shame with confidence. I see you're a person with a sense of humor. Okay. Well, Mr. Vick says once I got married, it started falling out a lot faster. I don't know if it's the marriage or the age, Mr. Vick. What are you trying to say here? Yeah. But it's interesting that, once we get married, I don't know what it is. I think people's bodies change. I think as you get older, people's bodies change. I know I got married at one age, and then 2 years later, I had my first child, And 2 years after that, I had the second child. And I could just remember my body just went through changes, especially after the pregnancy. You know, I was always a thin person, but by the time I had my 2 kids, I gained weight. And it was a lot harder to try to take off that weight. So I'm always mindful that, you know, I need to work a little harder, you know, to keep, you know, to lose weight and then to keep it off. Okay. So Mr. Fix says it's the love. Oh, okay. So.
Well, I don't know what is that.
Say again now?
I don't know what is a paint demo or Comedy Central. Mr. Vic is funny.
Yeah, he sure is. He's not the only one. We have some good fans. You know, they Mr. Vic, that's what happens when I show up.
Yep.
Yeah, we enjoy your chat, Mr. Vic. You know, really, we enjoy all our fans. Questions, like comments, you know, something funny. We enjoy it all. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mr. Vic, we also enjoy the knowledge and skills you share with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's nice, Mr. Vic.
Thank you. Well, looks like this one, maybe because it's fun. You know, I think more fun than the other things I painted here before. It just seems like it's going by faster.
Yeah. You know, do you find this to be easier? Would you say that, or?
This one?
Yeah, because in my, I guess, you know, looking from a distance, I'm thinking you have some challenges in this. You have the hat, the mustache, the shade on the face, the light reflecting from his face, the shirt, you know, the light blue shirt.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that they present challenges. But maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I mean, those things I look at and I have to paint it. I don't think of it as a challenge.
Okay.
There are other things that are in here. That's more of a challenge, like working out how much definition I'm going to leave in these shadow area. And picking out what's necessary to keep in and what's not. And that to me presents more of a challenge than something I just have to render.
Okay.
So the paint the thing is not without its challenges. I just look at the other things that I find more challenging than the things that you pointed out.
Okay. Well, Mr. Vick wants to know, have you ever been to Lightbox Expo?
No, I haven't. I've seen videos. I watched some of the current videos from there. I especially enjoyed Aaron Blaze's video from Lightbox where he did the animation of Snow Bear. That was fun to watch. But I've not been there physically, and I know this year you can't go there physically because of COVID. But they're doing it online, and it's nice. You see all these professionals work and do their craft and so forth, and it's interesting. So the answer is no, but I am aware of Lightbox, and I think it's such a great thing. I know they have a sketch session with Kim Jong-ji, the Korean artist, and I really enjoy watching him work too. And also, what's his name? Karl Kopolensky, I think his name. He's supposed to be, no, that's Proko, I'm sorry. That's a different thing. Proko is also a great channel. But he's doing something, some video. I don't know exactly when it's supposed to come out. But those are always good.
Okay. Well, Comic and Stuff says, I have many faves, but this piece is becoming the next fave piece. In real time, no less. Bravo, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You know what? He says that. I was just noting that, wow, you know what? In no time, you had this piece, painted.
Mm. Well, you know what? I tell you the truth. I'm having fun. I'm not trying to do too much, and a lot of pieces don't come off so easy. And something may happen that I'll say, "Oh crap," That's still possible, but as far as right now is concerned, so far I'm just having fun with it.
Okay.
I guess not expecting too much out of it, and just enjoying the time.
Okay. Well, Mr. Vick says, I work for a Korean company, and I am always surprised when they don't know who Kim is. What do you mean you don't share my interests? And he got a smiley face at the end of it.
No, what do you mean? Them or me?
No, you know what? I don't think he was talking about you, because you were talking about Kim, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I think he's an amazing artist. To do what he does from memory is incredible.
Was he at Comic-Con when we went?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Yes, he was.
And yeah, Mr. Vick said them. He's talking about them.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, yeah, this was the artist that, without any reference or whatever, he was drawing this elaborate, scenery with, he was doing scenery as well as portraits of,
You know what?
images. And I'm trying to remember.
Probably that sounds like him. I don't remember, exactly what he was working on at the time. I can just remember I was just amazed that he was there. And there was also another Korean artist working with him at the time. Both of them did very, very well.
That white is supposed to represent the light reflecting on the shirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Well, Gregor says, once under your film, I left a comment. Once under your film, I left a comment. Your works are not perfect, but they have something that I'm looking for in my own. They have soul.
Oh,
They have a soul. Okay. And he says, it may sound like I was from hell and collected them. And you got a smiley face. This is what I got. It was a few good years back.
Oh, okay.
So, okay. Wow.
You know, I'm looking at the, I don't know how it shows up on the screen there. I know it shows up on my screen.
Okay.
It's not exactly as I have it here. You know, that's the problem with this. But I will definitely, like all the others, post this in my community tab once I'm done.
What are you trying to say? It doesn't.
The
It's not showing up the same as.
No, the colors look different.
Oh.
It looks a little washed out on the screen.
Oh.
I don't know if it looks that way on YouTube.
No, not. It doesn't appear washed out. Like the face you're talking about, I don't see it.
The colors look washed out.
It doesn't to me.
Okay, what I'm trying to do is to get these brush strokes. Well, for one, to make the silhouette of the hat pop out, and two, to give these brush strokes some texture, so that, you know, it'd be hard to tell if this was an oil painting or a gouache painting. For some reason, I'm thinking of the Danish artist Kreuer. This looks like the kind of people he painted. Not as well as he painted it, but it, you know, it just kind of reminds me of something of the quality of the people.
Okay.
All right. Well, this is all I'm going to do. This is, I think this is done.
Oh, okay. Well, Mr. Vic says it looks dark on my screen, vibrant.
Oh, okay. Well, what I'll do is that once this is dry and I can scan it in, I will definitely put it on the community tab so that you guys can see what the finished painting looks like. But you know what? Once again, thank you for joining us on our live stream. Right?
Yes, thank you.
You know, we
I kind of talked everybody's head off, I think. Today, anyway.
That's okay. So I definitely enjoyed doing this painting and enjoyed being there and enjoyed your comments. Thank you so much for those who commented, and I hope other people went ahead and painted along and did something nice today. All right. So we'll see you next week.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Okay.